I have a confession to make. I'm desperate. Well, let me back it up a bit. I have always been able to outwork anyone. I'd stay up later, push harder. I had 3 jobs in university. I remember sleeping in my car between classes, between shifts. I wore my exhaustion like a badge of honor. One time, my dad opened my glove box in my car and Red Bulls just came tumbling out. I think the gas station had some special, you could get 3 for $7 or something. I just stocked up. That's what was keeping me going. I believed that my worth was tied to my productivity. The harder I worked, the better it would be. I would challenge myself how much hours I could get between one week and the next week. I was just hungry. I was hungry for success. I was hungry to just produce better for myself. And the problem with that, especially when other people around you see that, is a level of desperation is evident. Desperation comes to the surface because you're just wanting so badly to do more and be more, almost by any cost, because it was costing me my health, my sanity. I was younger at the time, so I don't think I felt it as much, but people could see. And when you're desperate, people can take advantage of you. You start to bargain down your own value. You're making compromises. You're doing more with less. And people can see that and they pay attention and they will take advantage of you. I worked for someone once, someone very powerful, someone very well respected, the kind of person whose approval felt like gold. You wanted to have it. And they knew that. And they didn't care about how hard I worked. They didn't care about the long nights. They didn't care about the sacrifice, time away from my family. All they cared about was that I was admiring them. They had my admiration. And I was willing to put them on a pedestal. I wanted them to like me. I wanted to be close to them. I wanted them to recognize me and see me as someone worthy to be working with them. I wanted that so badly that I ignored the signs. I ignored their dismissiveness, and I ignored the way my effort was just never enough for them. And the truth is, I was never going to get what I was desperately longing for from them. It was never going to happen. Because respect, it doesn't come from anything external. It comes from within. And here is the danger. When you're desperate, you start to make rash decisions. You tolerate what you shouldn't. You tell yourself, I'm just going to push through, when you should be walking away. And I had to learn this the hard way. Because desperation will make you compromise your value. Think about the stock market. The other day, the S&P 500 dropped 10%. Why? Because stock value is determined by external factors, different things in the economy. But you are your own stock. You set your price. And you don't need to be in a rush to lower your cost for anyone. Not everyone is meant to invest in you. You don't want everybody to invest in you. You need the right investors. You need the ones who believe in your long-term value. The ones who aren't looking to trade you at the first sign of volatility. The ones who see your worth when the market is down, because they know that in a matter of time, it's going to rise. Let's talk about tariffs for a second. Tariffs exist to protect value, to make sure what's coming in does not devalue what's already there. You need tariffs in your life. Boundaries that stop low-value investors from undercutting what God has placed in you. Because if you let anyone and everyone have access, your stock will plummet. Listen to this. The Bible says in Matthew 10:29-31, "Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? Yet not one of them will fall to the ground outside your Father's care. And even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. So don't be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows." God has already set your value. Before you were placed in your mother's womb, He had a plan for you. So I'm still desperate, but I'm desperate for Christ. What does that mean? It means I no longer chase people's approval. I chase God's presence. It means I don't lower my standards just to be accepted. I stand firm in who He created me to be. It means I don't make decisions from a place of fear, anxiety, or lack. I move with faith, confidence, and trust. It means I don't need everyone to invest in me. I need the right ones. The ones God has assigned to my life. See, when you're desperate for people, you shrink, you compromise, and you settle. But when you're desperate for Christ, you expand, you evolve, you elevate. You grow into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. I'm going to give you 3 things to do when you feel desperate. Number 1 is to pray. Silence creates clarity. When you stop all the noise, you stop the feelings of anxiety, the feelings of low self-esteem, and you just get quiet, you get to hear God's voice. And His voice is always sweet nothings in your ear. Sometimes He's correcting you, but He's correcting you towards the better. It's always to tell you how valuable you are, how loved you are, how cherished you are, how you are the apple of His eye. Get quiet and still and just listen. Number 2, and this is what Birdman said best, put some respect on your name. Know who you are. Know that you were bought with a price. You're so valuable that God sent His one dege son to die on the cross for you. The one son He had. Put some respect on your name. Know that you are so precious that God sent His son to die for you. Number 3, play the long game. Stop rushing. Take it easy. Enjoy the view. God already has a plan for you. Rest in that. Take it slow and move with intention. So the next time you feel desperate, I want you to remember this. You don't need everyone to buy into you. When you recognize your worth, the right people will too. I do have one request from you. If you have a story, if you have a testimony, if you have something to share that can help someone else, please put it in the comments. It is so important for us to uplift one another, especially in these times. Thank you so much and see you next time.